So let me close out my Stimpy video and all that junk. I have what represents guilt. Okay. So we're coming up with our next indie game for like our first long-term project. One of the things that we wanted to do was like Dreamscape. What did I like send you the name of it called?
This weird scientific thing that I can't remember.
Oneironautics. Yeah. So basically what this is, I don't know if I told you this, Sarah, but this was like a thing that my friends did for a while. We tried to like do lucid dreaming.
Oh, I don't like that.
A couple of my friends got really good at it.
I have bad relationship with sleep and therefore bad relationship with dream in general. Which would be perfect for this. If we just stay up, I've already stayed up 32 hours or 72 hours straight before.
Right.
If I just get past that point, that's when I start hallucinating.
Dude,
that's when
perfect.
you would start hallucinating. So, like, what if I did a majority of the assets after I've stayed awake for 72 hours
You're
straight?
just rifling through garbage, like you're going and like through people's recycling.
It's an average Tampa evening.
You know, you'd fit right in. So anyway, the gameplay loop we're still trying to decide on right now. One of the ideas that we came up with is the game Scribblenauts. So
Taking inspiration from.
very heavily inspired. So how the game would work is like you have 2D object, like physics objects, just like spawn stuff in, or what we could do is like you acquire stuff from previous levels that you reuse. But like in the level before this, you have your guy, and like you pick up, I don't know, like a wrench or something like that. You use that once in this level, and then like 2 levels later, then the wrench comes back in. You know what I mean?
Are we doing like a kind of puzzle-based game?
Yeah, I think so. That'll be a fun to just like write.
What about a genre? Are we leaning more towards thriller/horror?
I think horror, especially like if we do like flashing stuff with the oh, another thing I forgot to mention is that we're doing like a collage art style. Right?
Yeah.
I forgot about, like the bosses being like very like
realism.
Yeah, exactly. Like this could be like a shopkeep or something, you know?
If we're gonna do like a puzzle/horror, we have our end goal. What if you have various items in your room before you go to sleep? Like your pillow or by your bed or whatever, and you choose which one every night before you go to sleep,
dude.
and that determines what level you go to, and then you have
And
it's kind of like asynchronous, one every night.
Yeah.
And then you pick one, and if it's solvable, then you finish it, and you get or object or piece whatever to then complete a different puzzle in a different dream.
And it would be like, what if like you wake up and then like your sleep paralysis team, like as you wake up, like slowly places it in your room or something like. One of the things I would also think would be really cool is like we have all of the collages and stuff, but when your guy's awake, maybe we do sprite art for that.
Yeah.
And then like the paralysis demons like reaching through your window, and that's like the collage and weird stuff. Or like this is like your guardian angel, like Baldur's Gate 3, who's like trying to help you in your dreamscape or something like that.
Yeah, we should make a mood board. And then also, I think it would be really cool if like we get some other people's input, like maybe like what their biggest fears are, or maybe like what's their most unsettling dream they've ever had.
Oh my
or,
god,
like,
dude,
maybe,
I
like
have
a
one. I have
reoccurring
so
symbolism.
many. Did I tell you about my Tom Hiddleston dream?
Do you want to tell it now to the devlog?
Okay, devlog, hi. I have this written down somewhere on my phone. I'll do a dramatic
That's how unsettling it is.
reading. You have no clue. The name of the group chat is Pathfinder Campaign /Orionauts. Alright. I was in bed and Tom Hiddleston was knocking on my window and pressing his face against the glass, and he kept saying I had something of his. And then I told him no because I had no idea what he was talking about. I forgot to mention he was wearing a trench coat. He took off the coat and took a pistol out from his trench coat and started tapping it on the glass, saying that he was going to shoot me. So then I closed my curtains and went over to my bathroom and locked the door, and Jordan was in there, and we waited for like 3 hours. My phone was at 3% and I was scared to call 911 because I was afraid the call would drop. And then Tom Hiddleston started banging on the front door of my apartment. And so IRL, I wake up at this point. So, and now this is where it gets weird. I wake up.
When you wake up.
I wake up. This is real life. This is me. Like I shoot awake. This is like 5 a.m. And I think to myself, that's so weird. My roommate has a gun. Why wouldn't I have just used that? Right? And so I end up going back to sleep. And I go to the dream exactly where I left off. And in my dream, I walk over and grab my roommate's gun, and I just sit in front of the door. And then Tommy Hiddleston kept knocking on the door, and then another voice happens behind the door, and I don't know how I knew this, but it was Tom Hiddleston's dad. So then I open the door a little bit, and then Tom Hiddleston's dad charges the door, tackles me to the ground, and just starts beating me senseless and just keeps repeating, "You're bad at baseball. You're bad at baseball. You're bad at baseball." And I told Tom Hiddleston that this was assault, and he would be hearing from my lawyers, and then that's when I woke up.
You're bad at baseball. That's your inception phrase.
But
Instead of like an object, it's a phrase.
dude, it was like so vivid. I remember him saying "you're bad at baseball" over and over. Like I can see the dream over. It's such an that was like the most
That's
vivid dream I've
hilarious.
had in the past probably 10 years.
I I can't remember my dreams half the time, so I don't have
Start
a
a
funny
dream
story.
journal. Be like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, like the kid. What's the kid's? What's that
Oh
kid
my
from
god,
Shark Boy and Lava Girl? Lava
Max.
Grill. Caden Boyd. Max. Yeah, this kid. I wonder what he's up to. He was in Danny Phantom?
He's also Jacob from Twilight.
Oh, for real? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wait, which is the one that has the guy, Frodo from Lord of the Rings? Why can't I think of his name?
No, I know it. I know it. I know it. It's there. It's in my brain. I
It's
know.
like Shamus or something like that. What is his name?
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood, yes.
We're not going down this rabbit hole.
Okay, yes. Okay, how did we get from game development to Elijah Wood?
Anyway, oh, we need story beats.
Story beats, yes.
We kind of need to like refresh our brains on how to write a story.
There's like the circle thing where it's like,
That's for more hero-based stories. It's called The Hero's Journey.
yeah, that one.
We're looking for more of like a rising action, climax, falling
Oh,
action.
you're talking about the parabola. And how like on the nose do we want to be with like the writing? Do we want it to be like ominous as fuck, like Elder Scrolls, like that sort of like we have to read item descriptions to figure out the lore of the game? Or do we want
Elder
it to
Scrolls?
be- Or not Elder Scrolls, sorry.
Like,
Elden Ring,
I don't
Elden
know
Ring,
if you-
Elden Ring,
I don't
Elden
know
Ring.
if you, like I don't know if you've played Skyrim recently, but there's in fact a very distinct explained storyline to you.
Are you talking about the cart?
Hey, you.
No, I'm talking about how there's a main story quest, and literally
Oh.
every character tells you the same thing over and over and over
Are you talking
again.
about the Expeditions
Before.
Edition where it's like,
There's probably hours upon hours of exposition in just the main story quest.
I meant like from soft games where they're just like, here you are, go into this dangerous world, and if you want to know the lore, read these 357 different item descriptions that are completely unrelated. Shadow Demon angry.
Do we want to have a twist?
Oh, like where
I
we
think-
go like Doki Doki where like it starts like messing up your game and stuff like that. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
you-
I showed you. Yeah, it's not hard. You just make the game crash, and I'm great at doing that.
So we have to have a reason why this person starts trying to lose a dream, and why they're being persistent, and why against adversity they continue.
Right? Like why is there a sleep demon?
Yeah, because it's a generational curse.
Perfect.
The protagonist's great ancestor made a deal with the devil and never followed through
Cool. Why?
because
Can we have Uncle Ted be one of the bosses?
Uncle Ted. Uncle
Uncle Ted.
Oh, the Unabomber. Like Uncle Ted. No, we're not putting Ted Kaczynski in our game. Thanks.
What? Yeah, what if we do
Whatever.
like somewhere, like ... and like in rural America, like, and we have this in the font.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah.
With rural America it gets.
Cincinnati is rural America.
No.
Yeah, so we have the character. What kind of protagonist do we want?
We're doing the waking world as
Yeah.
pixel based. The character can be incredibly ambiguous. We can refer to the character in second person.
Or I was just thinking like Orionaut.
Want to do kind of like if you do good things, you stay pure, and if you do bad things, you
Yeah, I do want to have
corrupt.
multiple endings. Yeah, like I think it'd be cool is like there's like maybe 3 tracks if you want to do one down the middle, depending on how much time. Like we have the good ending where like the matter in the dreams gets better, right? Like there's like NPCs you can help, and like those will unlock side quests, but which you can like unlock more items and stuff. But like there could be a thing where like you just do what the sleep demon says or something like that.
I tried to fight back in a dream before. You know how you can't like collide with anything,
Oh yeah, it was like very watery in that sense, where it's like you're a lot of resistance and stuff.
but if
Yeah.
you want to kind of be like a useless protagonist,
I think
in-
do you know the game Limbo? You can't attack, but you can use your
Manipulate.
environment to attack things
Yeah.
and get
so like kind of like a passive.
yeah,
Passive
passive
protagonist.
combat. I feel that's Limbo is one of like my favorite puzzle games, just because like I was so
Okay.
scared of it as a kid. Like,
I love that game.
cause I'm like, yeah, like the just the ambience in that game's so good. I
So
really
weird.
want like it to be a puzzle game where you use your environment to get past obstacles. You know?
So we would have to like really lean into
Yes.
using
Yeah.
the environment.
It's a collage. It's like a dream. So we can just have stuff that doesn't make, which is like what is really nice. Like it doesn't have to make sense why it's there. It can just be there. Like you can just have like a plane. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Um,
There's just like a level where you have to
we're
withhold
stopping that right
medical
now.
aid
Oh,
from.
drawing that line. The line has been drawn. Like, well, first we have to find out the reason why, come up with the reason why, and then we have to come up with protagonist reason why for lucid dreaming, and then the sleep demon's reason why. Like, is it like the perceived reason why, and then the actual reason why? It could either be the same, they could be different, which could be subversive for the protagonist and the player, which could make for a good twist.
I think one of the endings should just be like you seal the demon away. So like one ending is like you seal the demon away, and that one's you fight and kill the demon. I think this is like when we go into like the weird horror. Like if you choose the path to kill the demon, that's when it gets like weird horror. So like that's when your game crashes or like weird stuff happens. You know what I mean? I think we should also have stuff where it's like the Rat Man from Portal. You know how he's like those secret rooms. What if we had like temporal spaces in between levels that like has like a small chance of like you running into that, like maybe like a 10% chance or something, where if you
Yeah.
run into that room, what happens is it's like a library or something like that with like all of your ancestors' previous like findings or whatever like that. It's like a secret weird room that you can either trigger. I feel like the first time it happens you trigger it randomly, but as the game progresses there's like a way to, it's kind of like in Risk of Rain 2 where there's like ways to get to like the moon portal. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, but like there's ways to like you can randomly get
Yeah, hey, just a quick question.
there.
Can you exit out of the tab that says Unabomber?
Yeah.
What are you doing, little munch? Where did you get that? That's a screwdriver. That's not a screwdriver.
I'm editing the
That's a
recording
fucking
there.
soldering